tirante que clavo vivir.
¡Dale, carajo, dale, dale!
Well, let's straight away take a look at the two teams. First of all, Bolivia, who hand a first senior cap to the 20-year-old defender Jairo Quinteros. He's one of 5 Bolivia players in this starting 11. By far the most experienced player is Marcelo Martins, the leading scorer for his country with 22 goals. It's an 82nd cap for him today. Coached by a Venezuelan, Cesar Farias, who comes up against his fellow countrymen. Venezuela without their star striker Salomon Rondon owing to injury, and Yangel Herrera and Darwin Machis, who play for Granada in Spain, are missing 2. They hand a first senior cap to goalkeeper Joel Graterol, who plays with the America Cali club in Colombia. Thomas Rincon, the captain, based in Torino, Italy, wins his 105th cap. Bolivia have 3 uncapped players on the bench: Jason Chura, Jaume Cuellar and Luis Barbosa. 4 players in the Venezuela bench looking for their first senior caps: Edson Castillo, Richard Celis, Johan Cumana and Jose Martinez. Juan Carlos Arce, we're looking at there, another of the very experienced Bolivian players, 75th cap. He's one of the Bolivar contingent. Both these nations started off the road to Qatar 2022 with 3 successive defeats, so they're playing catch-up in terms of the league table, currently led by Brazil with a 100% record on 12 points after 4 matches. Argentina have 10, then come Ecuador on 9, Paraguay and Uruguay on 6 each, Chile and Colombia on 4 each, and then Venezuela on 3, and Peru and Bolivia at the bottom with a point each. Well, just before we get the match underway, the players will stand and we will observe a minute's reflection for all those who've sadly passed away recently owing to COVID-19. Referee is from Colombia, John Ospina, and it's Venezuela in the ruby red strip who attack the goal away to our right. Very difficult, as always, for visitors here high up in the Andes. Mentioned that we're over 3,600 meters above sea level here. Can take opposition players some time to get acclimatized. There was a time back in 2007 when Bolivia weren't allowed to play home World Cup qualifying games here. There's a Brazilian federation in particular who spoke out about that, saying how difficult it was for players to acclimatize, get their breath. And a year later, that suspension was overturned, and World Cup qualifiers have taken place ever since here in La Paz. Here's Arce, bypasses Ramalho and finds a pass for Justiniano, who's ball out wide looking for Vaca. Took a deflection on his way, so it will be a throw here for Henry Vaca. The free kick goes the way of Venezuela. Bolivia left a little perplexed about that. Expect to see Bejarino getting well forward from the right back position, as he has been already in the opening minutes. Clear hand into the face of Otero. Venezuela picked up their first 3 points in the group with a 2-1 win at home to Chile last November. They began with defeats, 3-0 in Colombia, 1-0 at home to Paraguay, and a 1-0 setback in Brazil. Venezuela are the only one of the 10 CONMEBOL nations who've not been to the World Cup finals. Villanueva with the throw here for Venezuela. Bolivia might fancy their chances of getting their first win in World Cup qualification, considering that Venezuela are missing 3 key players in Salomon Rondon, Darwin Machis and Yangel Herrera, who would all be certain starters in a full-strength Venezuelan 11.
Atento, atento, atento.
Another throw here for Villanueva. Plays for the Santa Clara club in Portugal. Venezuela have been exporting their players a lot more over the last decade. Certainly improved their national team. They used to be the real whipping boys in the CONMEBOL region, but it's not the case anymore. See how in this rarefied atmosphere, when the ball is in the air, how quick it travels, and do get quite a high bounce to the ball. It's excellent incursion deep into that Venezuela penalty area. Almost an own goal there. It was a tremendous run round the right-hand side by Vaca. Got into such a challenging area here, and this is very close to being an own goal. Came off the goalkeeper, and had the goalkeeper not got a touch there, it would have been an own goal for John Chancellor. It's a very good save from the debutant Graterol. Arce with the corner for Bolivia. Back out with Juan Carlos Arce again. Decent cross. Oh, and it's a fine goal. What a brilliant finish. And it just had to be the captain, Marcelo Martins. Leading scorer in Bolivian national side history, 23rd goal today on his 82nd cap for the striker who plays with Cruzeiro in Brazil. Once he got it down and out of his feet, drilled it low past Graterol, who had absolutely no chance. Perfect start for Bolivia. Goalkeeper gets an outstretched fingertip to it, but he can't keep it out so well, and so true was it hit by Martins. Bolivia not happy with the challenge. Alexander Gonzalez, the culprit. The free kick will be taken by Arce. Arce. Forward by Bejarino. This is Hakim to Quinteros. The debutant at the back, wearing number 2, Jaire Quinteros. Bejarino. Flores offering himself. It was his cross which led to the goal after just 5 minutes for Martins. Flores did well to keep that in. Just trying to gather themselves here, Venezuela, after that shock setback. Clear foul committed by Ramalho. Rincon to Angel.
No pica, no pica, no pica. Limpio, y no pique. Pique la segunda ahí. ¡Sacalo!
Villanueva.
Pone ojo acá.
Rincon.
Ojo la larga, ojo la larga.
Good looking pass from Thomas Rincon. First touch was excellent from Aristeguieta. And he drilled it straight into the midriff of a grateful Carlos Lampe. Either side of the goalkeeper, and that was surely 1-1. Flores for Hakim. Justiniano. Bejarino. Early ball looks for Martins. It's well defended by Chancellor. Bolivia come again. Oh, and just for a moment, it nestled in the back of the net. It was a fierce shot. VAR were just having a look at that handoff. Would have been very harsh had it been any serious trouble for Gonzalez. Bolivia full of confidence here when they attack. Important minutes as far as Venezuela are concerned. Just got to see out this period of pressure. Flores. Hakim to Flores. Did well to evade Gonzalez. Here's Martins. Ramalho. Venezuela have got a break on here if they can keep it moving. Gonzalez just never seemed to get that ball under his spell, seemed to just be chasing it. Just see what it took out of him, just that 15-20 meter run. That's what it can do to players high up in the Andes here, where it is so important to try and pace yourself as best as you possibly can. Referee Ospina is marking something on his yellow card there.
Está bien, está bien, está bien, ya, juega, métate.
Otero will be okay to resume. Next round of CONMEBOL World Cup qualification comes up pretty quickly next Wednesday. Bolivia will be away to Chile, and next Tuesday Venezuela will be hosting Uruguay. Quinteros with the ambitious pass, never likely to pick out Vaca. Well, Venezuela was sure that was a foul. It looked it to me. Referee says play on. Saavedra. Bejarino for Arce.